Hello everyone, I'm Sugat Nayak, Product Manager at PayPal. So today I will be sharing my interview experience at PayPal. The reason I'm doing this is because when I was interviewing for the role of Product Manager at PayPal, I tried going through various sites, various videos just to find out what kind of questions are being asked in product management interviews at PayPal. But I couldn't find any. So I thought of why don't I go ahead and create a video of my interview experience that can help candidates who are currently interviewing for similar roles. So let's get started. So before we begin, I just wanted to let you know that when you're applying for the companies like PayPal, it's always recommended to go with the referral. Referral has a great chance of interview conversions. And so what happened in my case as well? I reached out to one of my ex-colleagues and asked him to refer me. And it so happened that within few days, I got a call from the recruiter. So the initial call with the recruiter is always about your profile fitment. In my case, the role demanded some sort of security background, and I luckily had that. That was a good fitment match, so the interviewer went ahead and scheduled my first round.
So in total there were 6 rounds of interview which happened over a span of 10 days. I will be sharing you what were the exact questions asked in this round. Since this is during the COVID period, all the interviews were virtual. So round 1 was with senior product manager. These are the list of questions that were asked. It started with a normal introduction and work experience. Several questions were asked about my current role, past experience, and the product I was working on. The interviewer briefed me about the role, the organization structure, and the kind of product I might have to work. Since this role involved cybersecurity knowledge, in every round there were questions related to it. Then we moved on to the most important question, that is, how would you improve an app? It actually tests the problem solving skills of a candidate. Followed by a few more product questions like how to prioritize a product feature and what frameworks I've used in past. Towards the end, there were behavioral questions. Overall, the interview went about an hour. The recruiter called within a day to schedule my next round. Moving on to the next round of interviews, it was a product interview scheduled with a senior product manager. Started with an introduction and work experience. There were many follow-up questions, especially on the product I was taking care of and my roles and responsibilities. There was a guesstimate question that is asked in most of the product interviews. In this case, it was number of people traveling from Bangalore airport every year. Followed by other product questions like how would I build a product roadmap and what are the different KPIs we track in a product. This round also tested my knowledge on SaaS products and how we deal with pricing and strategy of any SaaS product. Round 3 was again a product interview round. This round majorly tested my self project and agile ways of working. In my resume, I shared two of my projects. First was how I improved the CRED app using design thinking, which I did during April. And second was how AI ML can save lives. I had a chance to showcase my work, thought process, and various steps while walking through the project. There were many follow-up questions asked related to the project. If you want to read about it, it can be found in the description. I would recommend every candidate who is appearing for any product interviews to have at least one or two self projects. Remaining questions were more about agile ways of working, what are the different ceremonies involved in the Scrum, how to keep your team motivated. The next two rounds were with the engineering managers. Round 4 was a mix of technical and cultural fit. It started with the introduction, work experience, and how familiar I am with technology. Since I majorly worked in startups, the interviewer asked several questions about my startup experience, challenges, and learning. In my introduction, since I mentioned I love coding algos, the interviewer literally asked me to traverse a binary tree. This is something I did almost 7 to 8 years ago, but I was lucky that somehow I was able to answer that. The remaining questions were more about the cultural fitment questions. Round 5 was again with the engineering manager. Both the rounds were scheduled on the same day. The interviewer introduces the kind of work they are doing and how the role is important for which I was interviewing. We went on talking about how much I know about PayPal and how PayPal earns money. A most important tip: always research the company you're interviewing about its products and business model. It can be asked in any round, with further questions on how would I work with engineering team, deal with conflicts, and work with any third party vendors. By this time, I thought that all the rounds were done and I was waiting for the results. But the most important round was left, that is, the final round with the director of product management. This round was more about talking and knowing about the candidate, what are my aspirations, my goals, and about my personal life. There were many behavioral and cultural fit questions.
Like why I want to join PayPal, what do you enjoy and dislike about product management, and many more. When I was done, I was eagerly waiting for my result. This time between the interview and the final selection process is very crucial. I hope you have also gone through the similar steps and you understand, so many questions keep popping into our mind. Like, did I crack all the rounds? Are there any next steps? If there are any more rounds? But within a day, I got a call from the HR and yeah, I got selected. Overall, the entire interview process was amazing and very well organized. It took almost 10 days, starting with the initial discussion with the HR to the final job offer. The interviewer were very kind and made sure the candidates are comfortable. I'm glad that I'm part of PayPal now, and I really hope this video helps other candidates in knowing the interview process at PayPal. I think in specific the product management interview process at PayPal. So this was my interview experience at PayPal, and it might vary from other PM interviews at PayPal depending on various role levels or org they are joining at PayPal. And the most important thing, PayPal is still hiring across multiple roles. Go on to the careers page, and if you find any relevant job IDs, feel free to let me know. I would be happy to refer. Thank you.